going to be about finding a particular equation for power functions. We went over this today in class, but I wanted you to have an additional example so that you can look back on it. You can pause, you can fast forward, you can rewind, you can do whatever you need to, except we already talked about this. No making memes of Mrs. Roberts' face. Okay, so what we have here is we have a graph of a power function. And this power function has 2 points on it. Remember that when we're finding these particular equations, we not only need to name what type of function this is, but we need to write down what the most general form for that equation is. Our general form for a power equation is y equals a times x raised to the power of b. When I look at this, I have 2 unknowns. I have a and I have b, which means that I need to have at least 2 points so that I can set up a system of equations and I can solve for those unknowns. Well, looky here. We have 2 points. Because we have 2 points, we have enough information to set this up and solve. So I'm going to take this first point and I'm going to plug those values in for x and y. So y equals 4 from the point. We don't know what a is, so this stays a. Times b, or x is 1 to the power of b. We used our first point. We don't have enough information yet to solve for a and b. But looky here, we have another point. I'm going to do the same exact thing again. Y equals 8. We still don't know what a is. X is 4 to the power of b. Now I have 2 equations. I have 2 unknowns. I can solve. How am I going to cancel one of those unknowns out? I can't use a matrix for this because those aren't linear. So I need to find a way to cancel them out. Well, if I divide these 2, a will cancel out. I'm going to divide equation 2 by equation 1, and I'm only going to do that because 8 is bigger than 4. I don't want to deal with fractions. I don't want to deal with decimals. And so if possible, I'm going to divide the bigger number by the smaller one. So I'm going to divide, and I'll just put my answer over here. I'm going to divide this one by this one. So what is 8 divided by 4? Well, that's 2. What's a divided by a? It cancels out. That's great. Now I'm only going to have one variable. 4 divided by 1 is 4 to the power of b. This is when algebra 2 comes into play. Right now, looking at this, you should recognize that you have an unknown in the exponent. In algebra 2, you learned about exponentials, then you learned about inverses, and then you learned that the inverse of an exponential is a log. And you need that log to solve this problem. There's no other way to get this b out of the exponent. So we're going to take the log of both sides. So I'm going to go log of 2 equals log of 4 to the power of b. Let's write it just a little bit prettier. Log of 2 equals log of 4 to the power of b. Now here's something else you learned in algebra 2. You learned that if you have an exponent above a log, that log properties let you take that exponent and just drop it to the front. b is no longer an exponent. This is now just b times log of 4. And you learned that in algebra 2. Now we can get b by itself. This b is really easy to isolate. We are going to divide both sides by the log of 4. Log of 2 divided by log of 4 equals b. We got to do this in our calculator. We don't know how to do this yet without our calculator. So let's take our calculator. Log button is right here, so I'm going to say log of 2. I'm going to close my parentheses to say I'm done with that operation. Divided by log of 4, and we get 0.5. We just found the letter B. Now, at this point in the video, I was going to sing you a Blue's Clues song, but I know you're going to make fun of me, so I'm not going to do it. Instead, I'm just going to say, we just got a letter, and it's B. B equals 0.5. That is going to go into our general equation right here. That's pretty awesome. We're not done yet. We haven't found A. We have to find A. So to find A, let's just use one of these equations and plug 0.5 in for B. So I'm going to say 4 equals A times 1 to the power of 0.5, which is also the same thing as the power of 1/2. Huh. I need to get A by itself. Well, Stop, this isn't working. Okay, guys, that was embarrassing. I forgot how to math. And so actually when I told my friend to stop the video, it wasn't working. It was working. I don't know what happened. So here we are. I haven't changed anything because the problem was working. I just forgot how to math. We need to get A by itself. Well, 1 to the 1/2 power equals 1. So to get A by itself, I'm just going to divide 4 by 1. That gets A by itself. What does A equal? A equals 4. Now, we have A, we have B, we can write our particular solution. So we have y equals 4x to the power of 1/2. There is our particular solution. Hope that was helpful. All right, so I was asked to show my orange wall. So here's my orange wall in my kitchen that I wasn't allowed to do, you know, because my husband told me not to. But it looks really cool. So there you go. There's my orange wall.